Guys, deluded, man. Thank you very much for tuning back in. Now, Sunday, I went training for my team. I did some couple other stuff I needed to deal with. I had my clothes, put things away, and things like that. And then I went on Twitter and I saw our player Aaron Ramsey linked with a move to Chelsea. I saw it in the Daily Mail, not that I like reading that newspaper. But yeah, I clicked on the link and I saw a couple other newspaper links as well. And we know he's been linked to Chelsea in the past, Aaron Ramsey, if I haven't said it already, and just been off waffling. But yeah, we know he's been linked with Chelsea in the past. But considering the market, although I personally believe it's a long time in the market left, generally speaking, of the transfer market, in terms of us renewing my man's contract and seeing how we move forward, if I had my way, regardless of my love for him, if he doesn't commit, sell my man, or what the club's going to do and carry on this very confident thing and go into the season with another contract nonsense. I have nothing against Ramsey. I have nothing against Alexis Sanchez. Clearly I love Mesut Ozil and he's still at the club. Ox, I still love him even though he departed. Even Jack Wilshere, regardless of what you think of him, I'm tired of the contract stuff being a part of our season, people. I've nothing against these players. Clearly, I wanted the majority of them to stay, but it's just Arsenal. We've got enough problems. Like clearly, when I don't need to get into it. We're nowhere near winning the league title yet. Hopefully, Emery could do a badness, and I could be here saying this was nonsense. But we've got so much wrong with the club, and so much things we need to do moving forward. On top of trying to just focus on top of everything else, just to deal with the contract stuff. With every good game that this player or whatever player, because I don't need to use Ramsey as an example now. Whatever player in whatever position, with every good game, Arsenal are going to have a mad fight to try and hold on to their player. With every bad game, is his head in this game? Is he looking elsewhere? And I'm tired of that. We have enough problems to deal with purely on the footballing pitch, and that's what I'm on. Arsenal for years, because of the obvious reasons of the numerous drummings we've taken in the Champions League in particular, and the lie we've been told, and some special Arsenal fans on Twitter and things like that, we have become, to a degree, people like to poke fun at us. So on top of everything else that needs to be addressed at this club, the contract stuff annoys me. But back to Aaron Ramsey, for me, I don't want to lose my man. I don't want to lose Ramsey. For me, I want him to sign a new deal. But he's got a lot to consider. If I put myself in Aaron Ramsey's shoes and be as non-biased as possible, he's got a lot to consider. Firstly, in regards to staying at Arsenal, I'd strongly consider it. You get a new deal. You're 27, so it's probably looking at your last or second from last kind of big contract. I don't think Ramsey plays for money and them things, but we can't sit here and be silly. He needs to get the best financial deal. He's trying to secure his future beyond football. Just trying to get what he's paid in parity with other players, because we need to remember Ozil's on 350k, and he's got things to sort out in it. So purely from that, his best footballing years now. So you need to kind of decide what you want to do. I mean, Arsenal, if I was him, I'd want to hear what Emery's got to say. He wants to make me captain. He wants to make me important, and all of these sort of things. So there's very much a lot of positives to stay at the club, and I think that would outweigh the pros in that regard. For me, I'm being a bit biased now, would outweigh the cons. But you also need to consider if Chelsea were linked with you, on the basis that regardless of if they finished fifth last year or not, they won a league title more recently than Arsenal. It pains me to say it, but if we were to just make a bet at this current moment in time, who is more likely to challenge for a league title, not this season but 2 years, because to save myself some bacon here, people, you'd probably say Chelsea are going to be more active in terms of trying to actively get to immediately going back to challenge for league titles than what Arsenal's doing with this austerity measures thing. You'd think that. So if Ramsey looks at it on that basis, Chelsea would probably be the team you want to sign for. They've got Hazard and them man there, including if they can keep on to him, and including if Roman patterns up with being able to come to the country. But yeah, there's that. You'd be playing again with Cesc, obviously Kante, Jorginho, and Ramsey would make a decent midfield in my opinion. He'd have to improve it defensively a bit and things like that. He's quite not near where Lampard was, but he's Lampard-esque in terms of the late runs and the goals, so fans would love him for that. Obviously Ramsey pattern Chelsea fans, so they know damn well who he is. You saw what he did a couple thingies ago. Obviously I got a lot of Chelsea fan friends, so and they watch my vids, so I got to poke fun when I can. Come on, allow me. But yeah, man, like he's got a lot to consider, man, in regards to competitiveness. Obviously his agent's always playing up to the rumours on Twitter and stuff like that. For me, I'm scared, people, because when Arsenal say very confident, for me I tend to panic, because we were very confident on Alexis Sanchez signing a new deal. We're a couple weeks away or so from the window closing. If he doesn't want to sign this new deal, or it doesn't look like we're going into the right directions, because there's only so much we know, fans, but if that's the case, as much as I love him, we need to sell him. If they're saying 30, 40 million, come on, just sell him and just sign another midfielder. That midfielder, I don't know who. We've been linked with a lot of names. I don't know if it will be a direct replacement for Ramsey style-wise, but something we need to be done. And for me, it does scare me with the whole Wenger leaving the club and us needing to pattern with the new era and the new players and things, us having to deal with this low-key as well, because you can only put stuff to the back burner so long before it becomes front page news. Like you saw with Alexis when we said that first year we was going to give him a deal in December. He then got swapped for Mkhitaryan a couple of years or 18 months later. Where it is, and I'm not getting that Mkhitaryan. That's just the way I deliver what I want to talk, I guess. But on that note, it is what it is, man. So yeah, he's got a lot to consider. Hopefully he signs a new deal, and I'm confident he does. But until he signs, everything's up in air, in short, people. But yeah, man. Guys, deluded. Get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest. Thank you for watching. I'm out.